morning. So today we are here for okay, learning, preparing sociology, right? One more classroom course, not course, classroom discourse actually, right? ठीक है. Before I start, please introduce yourself with 3 points: your name, your background, and why sociology optional. Your name, your background, academic background, why sociology optional, right? Yes.
मेरा नाम मोहम्मद आमिर खान है. मैंने बीटेक किया था IIT धनबाद से 2012 में. उसके बाद फिलॉसफी ऑप्शनल लेके मैंने 2 बार मेंस दिए.
फिलॉसफी, ओके.
उसके बाद फिलहाल स्कोर नहीं कर पा रहा हूँ तो सोशियोलॉजी लेके स्टार्ट.
Philosophy is queen of all subjects, right? And particularly sociology. Sociology is derivative of philosophy. तो ठीक है. Let's see if you could adopt to this subject. Yes.
Sir, my name is Ranjan. Sir, I am 12th pass and I am pursuing BA.
12th pass.
Yes, sir. BA Politics and Commerce.
अच्छा. हाँ, 12th pass का coaching classes also there, right?
Yes, sir.
General studies after class 12. What I don't understand, after class 12, accumulation of the facts, concepts, can one carry on with all those accumulations of facts in general studies for 5 years? So that surprises me, right? I see many. ठीक है. But yes, if you have clarity in your aim and goal, then certainly yes.
Sir, I am a Burma. I have completed my 12th at present. I am pursuing BA.
BA, okay. Why sociology optional? Is this your academic subject? Okay.
So myself Ashish Vasist. Sir, I am from commerce background, so I found this subject very interesting and it will help me in names, answer writing, etc.
Okay.
That's why I opted.
I'm Ashmita. I had humanity background and I had sociology as one of my subjects.
Okay.
I opted this because of its precise and concise syllabus and because I had in my academy.
Since you are from academics, I will be subjecting a lot of questions to you, right? Because you have academic background. Okay.
My name is Tanu. I've completed my MBA. I don't have any sociology background, but I found this subject. I heard 45 lectures. I found this a bit.
No, everyone has sociology background. Those who are born in society, they are sociologists, right? You all have sociological imaginations, right? Whatever developments are there in society today, or societies in the past, societies of the present, and societies in future, we all have some sociological imagination, right? Like we all have imaginations and analysis, the impact of decriminalization of 377, right? Decriminalization of 492, like whatever developments are taking place, we all have we do have discourses on these issues, isn't it? Right? Increasing unemployment, right? Increasing poverty, pauperization, urbanization, isn't it? Like, so ऐसा कहना ना कि sociology background नहीं है. Everyone has background in sociology because sociology is systematic and scientific study of society, right? घर में जाते हैं तो सबको consciousness, those who are in joint family, कि पहले grandfather and grandmother को hello बोले, isn't it? Then others, पहले parents को hello बोले, then wife or husbands, isn't it? तो ये I mean, such prioritization are there, some sense is there, understanding is there, means you have, understanding of sociology, because sociology we study nothing apart from what is there in society. Whatever is there in society, that is studied in sociology. तो ये point तो मैं नहीं मानूंगा कि you don't have background in sociology, right? You all have sociological imaginations. सबके पास है imagination, isn't it? You all have some sociological insights. ठीक है, तो ऐसा वर्ड नहीं यूज करिएगा कि आई डोंट हैव बैकग्राउंड. आप अपना एकेडमिक बैकग्राउंड बताइए. आई विल प्रूव कि यू ऑल हैव सोशियोलॉजी बैकग्राउंड. ठीक है, अब दैट यू विल रियलाइज with our discourses, right, on syllabus. Okay, yes.
My name is Manoj. I'm a graduate from civil engineering. Since I'm a science graduate, I wanted to explore, and it intrigued this subject intrigued me. I wanted to know more about the society and how it evolved from the past. So I just
Okay, yes.
Sir, I'm Mamta. I'm graduate from electronics. Sociology, besides it being a scoring subject with precise syllabus, I believe that for a civil servant, it is essential to develop knowledge about the society and get
Yes, yes. Whatever knowledge we have, we need to develop upon those knowledge. Yes, yes, that is. Yes.
So my name is Akashdeep Singh. I'm a graduate in civil engineering, and I read the syllabus of sociology and find it bit close to my knowledge society. Therefore, I opted this subject.
Yes, yes, please.
So my name is Shubham Sharma. I have done mechanical engineering, and I found the syllabus to be precise, and it has bearing on other GS papers also. That's why.
Yes, yes.
My name is Niti Chadha. I graduated from electronics engineering, and I opt for sociology because I found it, like you said, it's like quite discourse about what we already know.
Yes, yes, yes.
Myself, Vishali Moite. I'm from science background, biotech. And sociology is the systematic study of the society and also in-depth of the society. Hello sir, my name is Pragya Gupta. I have completed my graduation in computer science. And the reason I opt for the sociology is मैं करना चाहती थी सिविल सर्वेंट, तो और मेरा बेसिक एम यही था कि टू डू समथिंग फॉर द सोसाइटी, और उसके लिए आई फेल कि मुझे इतनी इनफ नॉलेज ही नहीं है अभी कि क्या है, क्या चीज़ें प्रॉब्लम है, तो टू गेट मोर कनेक्टेड.
Yes, yes, yes.
My name is Nanjani Hado. I'm graduate BS.
Okay, academic background is there, so certainly obvious. Yes.
Sir, my name is Subhu. I'm an engineer, and I chose sociology because of its concise syllabus. Also, I had a general recognition for studying society. So myself, Alicia, I my BCom from civil responsibility. So basically, I took sociology as my optional because I felt more comfortable with this subject, especially, and the syllabus is also very good.
So my name is Sneha. I've done engineering from in electronics and communication and sociology because I can relate to this subject, and moreover it also helps in other topics.
So my name is Shivangi, graduated from electronics and communication. I wanted to pursue sociology because I wanted something to which I could relate practically in my life.
So my name is Shukresha, and I graduated in electronics and communication engineering, and I opted for the subject because I have read NCERTs and I find it interesting.
So my name is Yashika Agarwal, and I'm also an engineer, computer science engineer.
I'm also an engineer. Yes, yes.
And I chose this subject. Actually, I went through all the subjects, and then I chose this subject by eliminating other subjects, and I found this subject to be the most convenient out of all the subjects. I am still nervous that I've chosen this subject, but still somewhere I have the feel that I'll be able to do it.
Okay, okay.
Hello sir, my name is Prashant Mishra. I did my graduation in computer science engineering. And I took this subject because I found it interesting. I read about it.
So my name is Shubham. I did my BTech in electronics engineering from MSIT. So actually I gave mains this year with the science optional physics, but I didn't manage well in the physics optional during the exam. So I was looking for another optional, and I found the sociology as well.
Yes.
Sir, I am Amit Olsen, and I am a graduate in mechanical engineering. I have opted for sociology because I feel that we can link this subject easily because it is about our society where we live in, and it has a link.
Yes.
My name is Ankush Uttam Mankar. I am graduated in mechanical engineering. I took sociology because I think I have to go in society and work in the society. That's why I should have some knowledge about the society. Sociology.
Better knowledge, right? Better knowledge. Okay.
My name is Karthik, graduate in engineering, electronics. I chose this subject because I think I can correlate with this subject more because I was opting the subject I read in CRT and I want this subject in electronics.
Yes.
So I'm Shrikant. I've done biotechnology from DTU. I tried to read NCRTs of philosophy, sociology, on the politics part of the NCRTs. I found this more appealing, and moreover that what we learn in sociology will stay with us forever throughout our lives instead of like history or geography. This would be much useful irrespective if you clear your results or not.
I Sharmas and completed graduation from AU, BComs, and I more interesting to know about the societies in a deep as respect to any other subject. Interesting in among the society.
Yes.
Very good morning, sir. I am Jayan Singh, and I have completed my MBA in 2014. And after that, I was a working professional since 2017. And now I have decided to write civil exam in 2019. And the reason for choosing sociology as an option is that apart from scoring good marks in the optional subject, it will also help you to understand the society in a better way.
Hello sir, my name is Anil Kumar. I am in final year of my graduation. I am pursuing a bachelor degree in English literature, and I chose sociology subject as an optional because of the compactness of syllabus, stability and predictability of question patterns.
And literature also we study about society, right? Literature is mirror of society, isn't it?
For
European societies. In Indian society, lack of universality in literature, right? Regional character and all. Okay, yes.
Sir, I am Bhushan. I completed my engineering in petroleum. I choose sociology because it will help me to understand the social behavior of the society and to effectively communicate with the people around me.
Hello, sir. I am Amit Asole. I have done my BTech in Electronics and Communications from IIT Nagpur. And I have chosen sociology after studying the syllabus for other options also. And I found out the syllabus is concise. And something to better scoring than other options.
Yes.
My name is Vikash Ranjan. I am mechanical engineer, graduated in 2014.
Yes.
Sociology is an optional because I think I have a keen interest in the subject and what is happening in my surroundings. I want to know more about it.
Yes. Yes.
My name is Shraddha, and I'm an English literature graduate, and I've also done masters in linguistics, specialization in social linguistics, and I worked few months with UN with that rural background, so it also helped me for developing perspective in society, and I've chosen the subject because this is where I find my interest also, and also the syllabus is quite compact, and it really interests me. So that's it.
Yes.
My name is Nitish Bhum. I have done my graduation in geology from Jammu University, and I have chosen sociology because I find it interesting and relevant with other GS papers processing.
My name is Sakshi. I've done water college. And I've chosen sociology because it's quite concise and it's going to help me in other ways also.
Yes.
My name is Leena. I have done economics honors and I'm having general elective paper as sociology. We are well versed with the fact that in colleges we are not taught properly by the teachers, but I had a keen interest in the subject. I wanted to know more about it, and moreover I am going to work as a civil servant, so I need to know about the society at a base level.
Yes.
Hello sir, my name is Vikash Ranjan and I completed in computer science. I was a bit confused between political science and social science, but I choose sociology because it will help me in AC part and it will be more scoring
Yes.
Myself is Ali Prabhakar. I done my BTech in Electronics and Communication. The reason why I opted for sociology because they are very concise and compact and marks, extra marks, and to know about the society is very deep and different varieties and social aspect as well.
Yes.
Myself, I'm Vijay sir. I'm from Nagpur in Electronics. I choose sociology because to understand deeply about society and to get more marks, scoring marks.
Good morning sir, myself Subhadan. I am from engineering background. I choose sociology because I have read the syllabus and I understand that sociology is entirely different from other subjects. And I also thought that it is It helped me a lot to understand about the society.
Yes.
Hello sir, my name is Vikash Ranjan. I am a BSc Honors Math. I chose Sociology because I think it had a very concise syllabus and it will help me in getting good marks in essay and other CS papers also. And I have interest in learning Sociology.
Hello sir, my name is Alok Kumar. I have done BTech in Mechanical Engineering. I had the interest in society, but I found it more interesting when I read the NCRTs and it has a pretty concise syllabus also, so I opted for it.
I'm Himpalya, graduated in Electronics and Communication Engineering from NIT Lava. I opted it for introduced component from this syllabus.
Many of your seniors also cleared with sociology, right? That may be one. Yes.
My name is Suresh. I done my MTech in Mechanical Engineering. I choose sociology because it's a part of our daily life, so it is easy to understand. And it compared to less syllabus.
Yes.
Hello sir, my name is Gaurav Bali. I am from science background. I chose sociology just because of I find it interesting to read and the relevance of the subject for the same thing.
Myself, Shashwat.
Yes, yes.
My engineering in electronics and business, I found sociology interesting and I help for this paper 4, paper 1 and SSL.
Yes, yes, yes. Next.
My name is Sandeep Gupta.
Yes.
I graduated in electronics. So I have went through all the syllabus of option. But I thought sociology very much learning to the other fields.
Yes, yes. Yes.
So I'm Hindu. I've done my graduation and post-graduation in physics from Delhi University. And choosing sociology because the syllabus is quite related with other subjects and it's very interesting.
Acha, yes, I know. Significance of optional. I will suggest you, I will request you all to become an accountant first to clear this exam and do have very good auditing of your preparations on daily basis, right? Must think about the target marks, right? How much marks you have to score to become IAS out of this 1750 marks, right? Whenever you go to coaching institutions, whenever you talk to your seniors, your friends, they all talk a lot about the academics. Read this book, read that notes, whatever we are providing, just read, stick to the notes, you will clear this exam. I find, those who are writing their second attempt, third attempt, they also had never thought what is their target in terms of marks, right? The target is 1750 prescribed by UPSC, right? And if you see the trend, if you analyze the students, those who are getting selected in IAS, All India Services, you will find that their score is near around, in last 2 years, 900, right? In 13 this was 750, 14, 15, 800, 16, 17 May, this has increased to 900, right? So, and the syllabus, the subjects and syllabus prescribed by UPSC is General Studies, GS, 4 papers, P3, P4, right? 4 papers, 1000 marks, 250 each, right? And here, optional essay, optional 2 papers, P1, P2, 250 each, 500, and essay 250 marks, right? As per the trend, here the scoring, 350 to 450, exceptional, some toppers, excluding, some toppers, those who have scored 500 also, right? In all 3-4 years, okay? The average is in between 350 to 450, okay? Here out of 750, the average of successful candidates 400 to 450. ठीक है. आपको अंडरस्टैंडिंग the pattern of scoring, you should fix your target. According to me, you should target 450 out of 1000 and 450 out of 750 optional plus essay. ठीक है. If you miss, like if you fail to get 300 marks in optional as per the current pattern, it is difficult. I mean, uncertainty will continue. You will have to score better in interview, which is not very certain, right? That is very situational in nature. Interviewing is very situational, isn't it? Within minutes, everything decided. आप बहुत श्योर नहीं हो सकते. But here you can be, right? कि हाँ 450 आ सकता है. Most of the students in last years getting 150, selected candidates getting 150 easily. I train for essay also, I guide for essay also, not to sociology students, because I simply give sociological sense to students coming from geography background, political science background, and they are getting good scores. Like Shashi Prakash, his score was 15 and 162 in 17. What I did in 3 months, I did nothing. I simply inculcated sociological sense to write essay, to write all philosophical essays with sociological substantiations, right? All philosophical essays with sociological substantiation, and they are getting 150, 162 marks, right? You will have to manage 150 to 160 in essay and 280 to 300 marks in optional, isn't it? So like ये जो है ना जनरल स्टडीज, though this is very generalist in nature, but this is a big business here. ये बहुत बड़ा business है, right? Billions of rupees every year, circulated in the market, right? Through this coaching of general studies. ठीक है. Most of the students are swayed by the coachings. This is 1000 marks. You have to give. In men's examination, the weightage of GS is very high, right? But you should understand, you should practically calculate कि despite high weightage, what is the outcome? Outcome कितना है? There are some practical limitations in syllabus. Practical limitation is कि in one paper UPSC, like has prescribed 5 subjects: history of world geography, society, post-independent history, art and culture, right? You can complete each and every topic in 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, but it is very difficult to reproduce, right, within 3 hours with qualitative inputs, quality input. ठीक है. There is least scope, to innovate, least scope to take comparative advantage in general studies paper, right? But since syllabus is limited, fixed in optionals, not only in sociology optional, in most of the optionals, delimited syllabus is there, you can take comparative advantage with your advanced preparations, applied preparations, exam focused preparations, isn't it? इधर अपना कितना भी एनर्जी वेस्ट करिए, इसका लिमिटेशन है, परफॉर्मेंस का लिमिटेशन है. 20 क्वेश्चन 3 hours, right? Quality input is difficult, right? I have seen many talented, meritorious students, because my interaction is very high with my students. ठीक है. Like after completion of course also, I extend all personal guidance. ठीक है. You had come with Bindu Madhav, right? This guy, I think, right? He is with your brother. Your brother is IPS, right? Okay. He came to me in last attempt. That was last. And in last attempt, like he was shivering like anything. He said, "This is my last attempt, and for the first time I have come to Delhi." ठीक है. दिल्ली में पहली बार वो आया दिल्ली के अंदर. He had joined many coaching institutions, general studies, paper 1, paper 2, paper 3, paper 4. ठीक है. So he was planning to join. I simply asked him to calculate. You have 4 months time. ठीक है. क्या क्या आप कर सकते हो, कितने क्लासेस कर सकते हो, कितना यू कैन रीड एंड कितना लाइक टाइम तो लिमिटेड होता है ना, 1 ईयर टाइम, 1.5 ईयर, ठीक है, आपके पास इन्वेस्टमेंट है, पैसा है, आप 50 कोचिंग कर लीजिए, क्लासेस कर लीजिए, लेकिन उसका मतलब ये नहीं कि दोज हु रीड मेनी बुक्स, मेनी नोट्स, टेक ऑल कोचिंग क्लासेस, दे परफॉर्म इन एग्जामिनेशन. नो, ऐसा जरूरी नहीं है, ठीक है, ऐसा जरूरी नहीं. दोज हु प्लान वेल, राइट, दोज हु प्लान वेल, दोज हु अकाउंट वेल कि मेरे को 900 मार्क्स चाहिए, कहाँ से आएगा मार्क्स, ही अकाउंटेड, राइट, ही प्लान वेल कि 3 months टाइम है, आई हैव टू गेट 300 मार्क्स आउट ऑफ 500 फ्रॉम सोशियोलॉजी, एंड ही डिड गेट, उसको आया, राइट. प्लानिंग ऐसा किया उसने. इधर उसने प्लान किया कि सर इन ऑल पेपर्स एवरेज 125 इज माई टारगेट, इवन इफ आई गेट 400 मार्क्स आई विल क्लियर दिस एग्जाम, राइट. 125 का टारगेट किया एंड ही गॉट आई थिंक 450-460 मार्क्स, राइट. 125 per paper was his target, he got 450, right. If you would have targeted 600, 700, if you would have been fearful of this market and all, students are taking classes and writing tests, writing 100 tests, तो शायद नहीं आता, because more you go for a stimulus overload, you will find difficulty in retrieval in examination, isn't it? केवल stimulus overload करने से psychological process होता है, right? Retrieval will not be fast, right? तो my first suggestion will be कि please understand the significance. मैं इसलिए ये नहीं बोल रहा हूँ कि मेरे को सोशियोलॉजी ऑप्शन में जीएस में भी गाइड करता हूँ, आई टेक क्लासेस फॉर जनरल स्टडीज ऑल्सो, राइट. मैं बस आपको प्लानिंग के लिए कि यू मस्ट प्लान, यू मस्ट बी अ वेरी गुड अकाउंटेंट, isn't it, before you become a civil service aspirant, ठीक है. यू शुड फिक्स योर प्रायोरिटीज, आपको अपना प्रायोरिटी फिक्स करना चाहिए, किधर से कितना मार्क्स आएगा फॉर मेंस एग्जामिनेशन. जीएस इज वेरी रेलेवेंट, राइट, बिकॉज जीएस ओनली विल सप्लाई विद द फैक्ट्स इन ऑप्शनल. फैक्ट का सप्लाई जीएस से ही होगा, ऑप्शनल में भी, isn't it. प्रीलिम्स के लिए है, बट व्हेन इट कम्स टू this 1750 and your target of 900 for getting into IAS, this will be very rational. You should not think of scoring 600 marks out of 1000. No, 400, 450. Rational targeting, not irrational targeting. Romantic, fantastic targeting नहीं होना चाहिए. अगर romantic, fantastic होंगे, you will read hundreds of books, notes, कोई फायदा नहीं होगा. In one question, they were supposed to write hardly 10 to 15 concepts and facts in general studies. 10 to 15 points maximum, right? Concept and facts, ठीक है. And there is a scope in every question of general studies for correlations and applications, isn't it? Similarly, in optional, for example, in sociology, there are some concepts, theories and facts, social facts. And in most of the questions you get a scope to correlate concepts, theories and facts. You are supposed to be a very good manager. You have done management, right? तो इधर भी manager ही बनना है, right? Not the masters नहीं बनना है. मास्टरी करेंगे, lecturer बनेंगे, like me, ठीक है. If you will become good manager, you will get into service. If you become good content manager, the person who manages well the concepts, theories and facts, he clears exam, isn't it? अगर उसमें मास्टरी करने लगेंगे तो नहीं क्लियर होगा, because you will fail to manage. And they reward your managerial skills, how good manager you are of your knowledge systems, right, in solving the problem, how well you manage your knowledge matrix in solving the problem given to you. Because as administrator also you will have to solve the problems. Then also you have to show expertise of managing the problems with help of your knowledge systems, right? Superior knowledge systems. You are not clerk, isn't it? Superior knowledge systems. Clerk का क्या होता है, एक डायरेक्शन में काम करना होता है, ठीक है, उसको काम पता है कि यही काम डेली करना है उसको. But administrator का job experiences and job scope is very wide, बहुत wide है, isn't it? He need to have superior knowledge matrix, right? And use of knowledge matrix, not one knowledge but knowledge Matrix. Administrators are supposed to be constitutionally correct, legally correct, governmentally, politically correct, right? While performing their duties. Socially, culturally correct, right? Socially, culturally correct, historically correct, geographically, economically correct, right? In performance of their duties. यही ethics में मैं पढ़ाता हूँ, ठीक है? कि in solving the case आपको ये सारे correctedness ध्यान में रखने होते हैं, isn't it? Means in one word you have to use, और यही तो syllabus में है ना आपका, यही syllabus में है ना, constitution, government, governance, all these are there in syllabus. You are supposed to use that knowledge matrix in solving the problem as administrator. Here also, in solving the problem, you are supposed to use the knowledge matrix. Knowledge matrix का use करना है, not only one knowledge, one dimensional study should not be there. So need not to read any books or notes, heavily on a particular topic, right? कि बस पढ़े जा रहे हैं, Karl Marx, from literature. पता नहीं selection के बाद क्यों लोग इतना books refer करने लग जाता है. मैं देखता हूँ मेरे ही कई स्टूडेंट सेलेक्ट होने के बाद कि यस मेरे को पता है कभी लिटरेचर नहीं पढ़ा है उसने, वो एनसीईआरटी नोट्स मैक्सिमम इग्नू पढ़ के पास हुआ है, बट आफ्टर सिलेक्शन इंटरव्यू देना होता है, राइट? एवरीथिंग इज रिक्रिएटेड, राइट? रिक्रिएटेड. तो जो उसका टीचर पढ़ता है वही बुक उसने रेफर कर दिया सामने वाले को, वो 2-3 बार अपना दे ट्राई, दोज हू फॉलो, एंड फाइनली कि सर सब पढ़ लिया, मार्क्स नहीं आ रहे. मार्क्स लाने के लिए यू आर सपोज टू मैनेज योर नॉलेज बैंक, नॉट द बुक्स, नॉट द नोट्स, राइट? ओके, खैर दिस इज सिग्निफिकेंस. नाउ कमिंग बैक टू टुडेज डिस्कोर्स, जो मेरा पॉइंट होगा आज का डिस्कशन का, ठीक है? आई लर्न, मेरी भी लर्निंग होती है आपसे. व्हाई सोशियोलॉजी ऑप्शनल, राइट? सो फर्स्ट, why sociology, right? This will be the point of discussion. Second, how to approach sociology syllabus, ठीक है? Third, what to read and manage content. Okay, you all have ideas, in fact and very interesting ideas why to sociology. I think you should consider before opting any subject. I will be very neutral in this regard. I never impose, and that's why I am not a very good businessman. I'm a good teacher, I'm satisfied with what I am, right? I'm very much satisfied when I see, like Bindu, I think for the first time he came to Delhi after his selection, and he called from airport, he said, I'm coming to meet, and that gives me satisfaction, I have really helped someone to sail through this difficult, process. I will be neutral in this regard, and you please make independent decisions, not what opt subject because Vikash Ranjan is telling you to opt this subject, or any of your senior or coaching, right? You should be very clear, you should be very professional in this regard, right? Opting a subject should be very professional decision, because wrong option will spoil your chances. Okay? Wrong selection of the subject will spoil your chances getting into civil services. Okay? Because 450 out of optional and essay is very important. 750. 300 marks from optional is very important, isn't it? Okay. The first criterion should be nature and scope of syllabus. Scope of syllabus. Okay, nature and scope of syllabus. Those, particularly those who are from engineering background, commerce background, medicine background, before opting a subject must understand the nature of the subject. When it comes to humanities, there are subjects with a specialization, a specialist subjects, and there are subjects called generalist subject, right? Derivative or extraction of specialist subjects. ठीक है. As far as nature of sociology is concerned, sociology is a generalist subject. Generalist subject. A specialist subject, philosophy, right? Political science, geography, economics, etc. Why I say specialist? Because these subjects have original concepts and theories. Original concepts and theories. Continental drift theory. Continental drift theory. नाम भी लगता है, ऐसा लगता है कि कुछ right. Continental drift theory, a special concept of geography, right? Geography का special. Philosophers, Aristotle, Plato, their propositions, their theories are original, isn't it? Those theories have been basis of theoretical conceptualizations in sociology में, right? Generalist subject, वहाँ से derivative है, extraction है, isn't it? Similarly, political science, original sub. Aristotle, Plato studied as political philosophers, isn't it? This is original, right? The concepts are original to the subject. Concepts are original to the subject. A specialist. Political science does a special study of political behavior of humans, right? Political relations, national relations as well as international relations, isn't it? उसमें कोई और डोमेन नहीं जाता है, right? Economics, a special study of economic behavior, a special study of economic behavior. Political science, a special study of political behavior. Geography, locations, climate, right? This is the subject with 5-6 subjects within itself. Human geography, biogeography, environmental geography, right? Economic geography, geomorphology, climatology, right? Like this is a subject with multiple departments, right? Special. There are many specializations within the subject. If you go to JNU, you will find, in geography department, Center for Asian Studies. Asia का geography and climate का study के लिए different special centers are there, right? When we compare these subjects, be that history, right? This subject with that of sociology. Sociology studies all these behaviors. Sociology study political behavior also, politics and society, economic behavior, economics and society, philosophy, religion and society. Religion is studied especially in philosophy. We also study as a social phenomena, as a social fact, generally, not especially, right? We don't study about animism, naturalism, Buddhism, etc. We simply study why and how religion is a social phenomena, social fact, right? Like environmental problems and displacement. We also study environmental issues, geographical climatic issues, climate of, like recently in many regions of Maharashtra because of drought, climate change, drought, right? There is practice of water wife, right? Families are preferring for polygyny, right? More than one wife of male members of the family for what? To fetch water from the distant places, to collect fodder for the animals. Males are migrating, women ka domestication. I mean, in drought prone areas, right? Environmental degradations, environmental problems and its impact on family, society. We don't study what are the causes of global warming, climate change, etc. Right? That is done in a special study, geography, environmental sciences, isn't it? So nature of sociology is generalist. What is there in society? What is there in society in your observation? right? There is family, family hai. There is economy, economic institutions are there, polity, education, education hai, religion, right? We study all these which is observable in society, especially education is studied in department in colleges, universities. You have departments of education, वहाँ पे special study है, but here we study education and social change, education and women empowerment, right? Education minorities, right? General study, general issue based study, ठीक है? So इसको बोलते हैं the nature of the subject is limited. As far as scope is concerned, as I told you, in sociology we study primarily about the 5 structures of society: family, economy, polity, education and religion, and that also generally, from generalist perspective, not a specialist perspective. Second, in sociology, if you see the syllabus, there are limited number of theories, means thinkers, 6 thinkers and all dead. They are not going to come again and propound theories. Karl Marx दोबारा से नहीं आएंगे, ठीक है? Second, limited number of theoretical strands: functionalism, Marxism, Weberian, phenomenologists, symbolic interactionists, ethnomethodologists, right? And positivist perspective, ठीक है? 6 major, and some minor like feminist perspective also, though not mentioned in syllabus, but we do study now about feminist perspective, right? In wake of courts decisions, right? More egalitarian, egalitarianism in work organizations, in public sphere, in private sphere. So feminist perspective also we study. But this is not the case in political science, public administration and all. Number of thinkers are not limited, right? Like Aristotle, Plato too, offensive defense policy of Ajit Doval, the policy which India has opted in recent past, offensive defense policy, isn't it? That comes under the scope of political science, ठीक है? जैसे जिनको dilemma था, किसी को dilemma था ना, political science and you, right? Like every day, that subject requires everyday updation because international relations are changing every day, every minute, right? Now America and North Korea for last 60 years, suddenly the romanticism of Trump and that changed the world equations. World equation को ही change कर दिया, isn't it? Right? Now new theoretical strands are propounded to explain the situation, right? The romantic policies of Trump, right? अब उनका जो protectionism है, deglobalization का policy, right? Lot of changes are taking place in world politics. That all comes under the sphere of political science. Subject is very interesting, all good, but you have to decide how much time you have to invest. If you are opting this specialist subject, please dedicate time. फिर आप बाद में blame करने लगते हो कोचिंग को, टीचर्स को, मार्क्स नहीं आ रहा है, ऐसा नहीं हो, नहीं, ऐसा नहीं. You need to dedicate time for the subjects, a specialist in nature. ठीक है? Anthro में last year many of my students talked with anthro because I guide for social anthropology also. एक बहुत बड़ा एरिया है social anthropology का, ठीक है? तो बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट जो एसए में होते हैं, they take guidance from me. कास्ट उधर भी पढ़ना होता है, मैंने तो I found कि those who have talked with anthro, they have invested a lot of time because that nature of the subject in comparison to sociology is a specialist. Be that Ayush Sinha or Gupta, third ranker, right? They are all my students in essay. They invested third attempt, fourth attempt, invest किया time, काफ़ी time invest किया उसमें, तब marks आया है, ठीक है? Especially subject requires more dedication, more time, isn't it? Because your competitors are not engineers in specialist subjects, not only engineers, but students of DU, Tina Dabi, right? DU, those who prepared for 5 years in political science, class 12 to graduation, right? She prepared in DU, right? Your competitors in geography, your competitors in political science are there in JNU, right? History, philosophy, इलाहाबाद में बैठे हुए, इलाहाबाद, पटना. पापा ने बोल दिया कि बेटा IAS बनना है तो हिस्ट्री पढ़ना है, फिलॉसफी पढ़ना है, PCS बनना है, 2 सब्जेक्ट्स पढ़ना है, तो दे आर योर कॉम्पिटिटर्स, right? And they are a specialist. They are a specialist competitors. ठीक है, तो उधर इन्वेस्टमेंट करना चाहिए. यू हैव टू थिंक अबाउट, जैसे बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स को मैं देखता हूँ कि ज्योग्राफी में स्ट्रगल कर रहा है. शशि प्रकाश, ही इज आल्सो द ज्योग्राफी. He wrote his last attempt in 2016. I suggested, when he came to me for personal counseling guidance, so I suggested him to go to JNU, right? Collect the papers of geography, MPhil, PG and MPhil papers. He with his group, बहुत सारा स्टूडेंट था उसके ग्रुप में, they all went there, they stayed there, they collected papers, they wrote papers of JNU, right? Got guidance from some faculty there in JNU. And got good score, 272 कॉम्पिटिटिव स्कोर था उसका उस साल. उसका बैलेंस हो गया, हालांकि स्कोर तो कम था जो अदर सब्जेक्ट्स में थे उसके हिसाब से, बट ही कॉम्पेंसेटेड इन एसए, ही गॉट 162 इन एसए. ठीक है, तो दोनों मिलाकर 450 अराउंड, राइट, ही मैनेज्ड. व्हाट आई मीन टू से कि यू शुड थिंक अबाउट योर कॉम्पिटिटर्स आल्सो, कि हु आर माय कॉम्पिटिटर्स इन पर्टिकुलर सब्जेक्ट. आई सी मेनी स्टूडेंट्स from engineering background is struggling in political science geography. The problem is not with the subject but with the approach of a student. They want this subject to be prepared and completed in 4 months, 5 months. No. Try to understand the scope of the subject. A scope is too wide in geography. There are 5-6 subjects within a subject. Right? Political science and international relations. Right? And Aristotle, Plato, till date, developments. Every day political dynamics is changing. Be that domestic politics or international politics, right? That needs updation. You should not blame teacher and coachings. You should understand the nature and scope of the syllabus, right? Nature and scope of the subject, right? Second, why toward sociology? It's syllabus wise, if you compare, so you will find sociology syllabus is the most concise. Many of you have, right, this consideration also, concise, precise, and I think this is one of the shortest syllabus after literature. Literature के बाद ये shortest syllabus है. Like in paper 1 you have 10 units, in paper 2 you have 3 units. Total 13 units are there. In paper 1 you have 10 units. Out of those you have theoretical strands and thinkers, and they are repeated in all the units. In paper 2, conceptual repetition will be there from paper 1, right? Because of this limited scope of the subject, predictability in question pattern is very high. If you see previous 5-year question paper, you will realize a repetition of the same question in different words, right? While preparing, you have to predict questions also. While preparing, you have to predict question also, right? If this question has been asked, such question may come, right? On daily basis, we do practice answer writing in the class, right? In the form of assignments, and there will be guess. There will be guess कि what kind of question may be asked from this topic. ठीक है? जैसे इस बार का पेपर आप सिंपल इस बार का ऐसा करो. Those who have doubt in this point of me, कि predictability, shortest syllabus, and because of that limited scope, and because of that predictability is very high. You can check, you can collect 3 test papers. Like every year I release 3 paper for a particular unit, 2 practice sets and 1. This year you will find that 95% questions of paper 1, 95% directly related with the papers I had asked in my mains batch. There were 200 students in men's batch, and most of them, replied कि सर ऐसा लग रहा था कि रिपीट कर रहे हैं, ऐसा पूछ रहे हैं. And this is not कि I can predict. You also can predict question, right? If you have understanding of scope of the subject, कि what is the scope, you can predict the question, right? The same thinker, concept asked in different words. New entries are less in sociology. Why? Because sociology academically in India is very static. History, political science, economics, these are academically dynamic. अगर कोई JNU में जाता है, humanities से higher studies में जाता है, तो they pursue these subjects, economics, political science, right? history, these subjects, geography, not sociology. जिसको कहीं admission नहीं मिलता, they pursue sociology, right? They pursue sociology. जिसको बाकी subjects में, in India sociology is not very dynamic. Sociologists have not been given weightage in India, right? After independence, in planning process, in developmental process, after initial failures of CDP. Community Development Program was started on the basis of inputs from S.C. Dubey, the sociologist, but that failed. उसके बाद economists, political scientists dominated the planning process, right? So academically also this subject, right, in course of time became very static, not dynamic. In US, in Europe, still sociologists have very higher say in matters of policy making, planning, even in defense. Social networking analysis, social capital analysis was used by American defense forces to capture Saddam Hussein. Sociologists were involved by US defense forces to capture Saddam Hussein, right? Sociologists analyzed his social network, his closest relatives, right? Then close relatives, distant relatives, right? उन्होंने एनालाइज किया कि किसके पास हो सकता है, not to the closest, not to the close, but distant. All distant relatives were surveilled, and in one of the houses of his distant relative Saddam Hussein was found. Sociologists were involved, right? तो उधर यूएस के अंदर आज भी sociology very dynamic subject, right? But in India, every politician is sociologist, right? उनका अपना sociology है, अपना economy है, अपना आज का. Please read today's Indian Express opinion. Good and bad decisions in last 5 years. There are very good decisions taken in first 2 years, but last में romantic decision of demonetization, GST, isn't it? In such romantic decisions, social concerns were not taken into account. Social structure was not taken into account, right? Economic structure was not taken into account. Inequalities were not taken into account. Occupational inequality was not taken into account. आज बड़ा अच्छा इस पे editorial is there in Indian Express. Read that, right? So what I mean to say, in India, academically this subject is least dynamic, so predictability of question is very high. ठीक है. Second, why should you opt? I think because of its relevance for general studies. Look, history optional certainly helps in paper 1. Political science optional certainly in paper 2. Right? Public administration helps in paper 2. Economics paper 3. Agronomy and all paper 3. Philosophy, psychology paper 4. Right? But sociology is the only subject. The syllabic content of the subject is spread in all 4 papers. All 4 papers. I have given you one analysis of questions in past 5 years, isn't it? Related with sociology topics, isn't it? And in those topics like agronomy, right? In paper 4, the questions which are related with social issues and society, in those topics, sociology students take comparative advantage through his conceptual analysis. उसमें comparative advantage आता है, मिलता है sociology के student को, right? He will always have something to write. Blank नहीं होगा. He will always have. Last year a question. There was a question paper 3. Agricultural revolution and its impact on poverty alleviation and food security. Most of the students wrote in unidimensional manner. Yes, agricultural revolutions led to poverty alleviation. No. Sociology students will counter not all agricultural revolutions, right, caused poverty alleviation. Green revolution did not. Green revolution did, food security, but not poverty alleviation. In fact, green revolution increased pauperization, poverty, right? Yes, poverty. Like land of big farmers were taken by the government and consolidated with a land of small and marginal farmers taken by the government, consolidated with land of big farmers for implementation of green revolution, new agricultural strategy. So Small and marginal farmers were pauperized. Heavy machines taken jobs of wage earners. So wage earners was pauperized, became poor. अब ऐसा understanding only sociology student can bring in his answer and can take comparative advantage over others. Getting a point? So relevant for GS, and thirdly relevant for its relevance for essay. This is need not to be explained because this is all proven fact. इस साल भी मैंने बहुत कम बच्चों को ट्रेन किया, तब भी there were 400 students I think, guided by me in essay at least. उसके लिए मैं निकालता हूँ जैसे कि चूँकि I cannot guide everyone in full length of the class of the course, so I just ask them to write 3 tests. Lastly, many selected candidates they come with bang कि sir I am already in service, I am this, तो उनको भी accommodate करना होता है, तो 1 test, 2 tests, and they are being benefited, right? They are getting benefit of this guidance sociological sense which I try to inculcate in them. Sociological sense, right? If you have very good understanding of paper 2, you can deal with any of the topic, be that philosophical, economic, जो कहते हैं ना कि ये economic topic है, ये political science related topic, कोई भी topic हो, since we study all the dimensions of society, be that polity, education, religion, everything we study in sociology generally, right? And that general conceptualization on temporal and sectoral scale is required, right? Thesis statement, the essay topics should be elaborated in a small thesis, explained and exemplified, isn't it? If you have understanding of society, you do very good exemplification, right, on your explanation of the topic related with particular topic, right? So sociological sense, this is very relevant for essay 2. Every year the students enrolled in my essay course are not from sociology background. In fact, I don't take admission of the students coming from sociology background. I take counseling, I guide him. You can write a very good essay by using your knowledge matrix, sociological knowledge matrix, sociological knowledge bank. You need not to take a special class or guidance for sociology, right? But yes, other students need to, because geographical perspective, political science perspective is not sufficient to write any topic, isn't it? Sociology gives you a comprehensive perspective, comprehensive understanding of social, economic, political, cultural, right, geographical aspects of society, comprehensive understanding, generalist but comprehensive understanding to write an essay. Okay, so this is relevant for, and yes, most importantly, relevant for personal life also, right? Personal life. Like once you study, sociology, जैसे अभी आपको लगता होगा ना, ये बुरा हो रहा है, ये गलत हो रहा है, ऐसा क्यों हो रहा है, ऐसा क्यों हो रहा है, like after studying sociology, since we will be in position to explain everything happening in society, right? Sociologically, what is there in society? There are some causes and consequences. Nothing happens in vacuum. Sociology is systematic and scientific study of society. Systematic and scientific study of society, right? I'll say 20 years back, do you think people would have thought of separated families 20-25 years back? अभी भी many, like, जैसे मैं कहता हूँ कि I'm in separated family. My wife is in Dehradun, I am in Delhi. तो बहुत लोगों को लगता है कैसे रहते हैं आप, क्या कर, कैसे, मतलब they feel pity. Well, क्यों? What is the problem? Right? We meet on weekends, right? She is working, and today's occupations are a specialized occupation. Today's society is democratic society, right, which gives everyone equal opportunity, right, to participate in spheres of society, be that economic sphere, political sphere, isn't it, right? So separated family is becoming the norm. आप bureaucracy में जाएंगे and wife is working, husband is working, maybe posted 2 different places, so certainly separation is there, separated families are there, isn't it? Separated family is not because of divorce and separation, but occupational compulsions because of increasing specialization, right? Different individuals are specialized in different skills, knowledge systems, isn't it? And as per the knowledge system, as per the skill, they take up different occupations, isn't it? And those different occupations, involves mobility. No occupation is devoid of mobility, vertical mobility as well as horizontal mobility, right? Transfer, postings, होता है ना? Horizontal mobility होता है ना? Right? As a bureaucrat, you will be posted, transferred every 2 years, third year, isn't it? And that will lead to separation of the families, separated families. Getting a point. So there are causes. Everything has some cause. Every development in society has some cause and consequence. Empowerment of women, isn't it? Right? Like democratization, right? Equality of opportunity, isn't it? Availing the opportunities, democratic opportunities, consequences. So nothing will surprise you. This is very, this is the subject which is very much relevant for one's personal life. One's personal life. जो भी developments हो रहे हैं सोसाइटी में अभी, be that decriminalization of 377 or further decision of, right, like that is 497 court decisions. In cognizance, yeah, Sabrimala, in cognizance with the developments, right? Taking into account the social development, social changes. Those decisions, those such developments are not in vacuum. ये vacuum में नहीं है, ठीक है? These decisions are taking into account certain developments, certain cause, certain facts, right? And has consequences, has some consequences, right? And as sociologists, we study those causes as well as consequences. Getting a point? This is very systematic and scientific. Okay? And if your understanding becomes systematized, scientific, right? You are not surprised by the changes and developments in society. Yes, ऐसा क्यों हो रहा है? Right? Why there are sectarian conflict in Middle East? Right? Conflict in UP, Bihar, cow vigilante cases in Rajasthan, UP, right, in different regions of India. There are certain cause. इसका cause है, right? And it has certain consequences also, right? Consequences are functional as well as dysfunctional. We analyze all these developments, ठीक है? तो अपन दुखी नहीं होते हैं, सरप्राइज नहीं होते हैं, अपन समझते हैं, अच्छा, this is happening because of, right? In Gujarat. Because of this Gujarat model of development, the capitalist model of development, contractualist model of development, right? Like in last many years, migrant workers are taking jobs of local workers because migrant workers have tendency to work even below the statutory wage. Because migrant workers to survive are forced to take up the work job at low wage, right? And migrant workers at the place of destination do not have family liabilities, liability of the kinship, right? So they are ready to work below the statutory wages, but not the local workers. They have family liabilities, they have kinship liabilities, isn't it? They have political legal rights, they are aware of the rights, they will not work below statutory wage, low wage. But capitalists have tendency of profiteering, profit making, notion of profiteering. So they prefer to employ migrant workers to minimize cost of the production, those who are ready to work below statutory wage, isn't it? And locals lose their jobs, works. And that what happened in Maharashtra a few years back, happening in Gujarat, isn't it? The outsiders are taking. So discontent is there among the people. Such opportunities, such manifest, like such violence against women and such cases gives opportunity to manifest the discontent. The discontent, right? And that discontent is manifesting in form of attack on outsiders, on outside workers. The factor is more economic in nature. It has nothing to do with ethnicity, right? Or outsider and insider. Economic factor है. अब इसका analysis, sociologically you can apply concepts to why this is happening. Abnormal form of division of labor is there, forced division of labor is there, abnormality in division of labor is there, which we study in theories, right? Emile Durkheim ka theory, abnormal form of division of labor, right? Violence against women is high in India, in fact rising in India, and the cause is abnormal division of labor, right? Abnormal division of labor, continuance of sexual division of labor, patriarchal value systems, isn't it? So sociologically we analyze things, isn't it? And so we think of course correction also, correcting the problem also with the understanding. अगर आपको understanding हो तो of course correction भी कर पाते हैं, ठीक है? Okay. So I think this should be some neutral consideration, ठीक है? Then interest should be based on your learning. पहले से ये मत सोचिए कि I am interested or not interested. After learning substantial part of syllabus, you should think कि whether you are interested or not. आपका इंटरेस्ट आपके सीनियर, आपके टीचर्स, आपके उस पर नहीं बनना चाहिए, वो तो सब चले जाएंगे, आप प्रॉब्लम में फंस जाओगे, ठीक है ना? और जो बुलाते हैं ना लोगों को पोडियम पे बोलो, तो वो तो बोल के चले गए, ट्रेनिंग में चले गए, सेलेक्ट हो गए, ठीक है? बोलने के लिए शायद उनको पैसा भी मिला होगा, राइट? लेकिन फिर यू विल बी इन ट्रबल if you take decisions on the basis of the advisories, right? Or so better take into account these criterions, right? Criterions, these are neutral criterions, nature, scope of the subject, relevance for GS, right? Relevance for essay, relevance for day-to-day life. Look, in every optional subject, one more criterion I will suggest you, in every optional subject UPSC is now testing your applied knowledge, applied knowledge in every optional subject. In public administration, geography, these subjects, especially in nature, requires higher studies for efficiency in application, right? In sociology, since you are born and brought up in society and you have observation of the social facts, social reality, every day in newspaper you read about hundreds of social facts, economic facts, cultural facts. The subject, in examination, your observations helps you in application of concepts and theories, okay? Since this subject is very relevant for day-to-day life, so you have many examples and through exemplification we apply our knowledge. जब अपन example देते हैं ना कि division of labor promotes solidarity in society, yes, in Bihar, in UP, in these northern states, division of labor is not high, so there are lack of solidarity. In southern states, division of labor is high, so there is high solidarity. Why I say ki lack of solidarity? Because of Naxalism, Marxism, recurrent caste conflict, okay? In southern states, since specialization is there, education is there, high division of labor is there, so there are also stability in society, okay? So we apply the concepts, अपन देखते हैं, observe करते हैं facts को और relate करते हैं, that is what application, okay? There is a scope for correlation. Correlation का scope is very high in sociology, right? And today UPSC is testing use of knowledge, and in using your knowledge you should be very oriented towards correlating the facts, the concepts and the theories. While writing Karl Marx, correlation with other thinkers, right? While writing paper 2, correlation with paper 1, and this is easy to do in sociology than any other optional. Correlations, right? Conceptual correlations. Why? Because there are only 5 thinkers, 5 theories, 6 theories, 6 thinkers and limited number of concepts. So correlation is easy. Hardly 40 to 50 concepts are there, and those concepts are also not new to you. Continental drift theory नहीं है यहाँ पे social mobility, a farmer's son becoming engineer, a Brahmin priestly occupation to engineering. This is social mobility, isn't it? Social mobility है ना, vertical mobility is there as well as horizontal mobility. Rural laborer migrating to real estate, urban centers and working in real estate. This is horizontal mobility. Now these are not new to you. These aspects, these facts are there in society. We simply conceptualize and also bring some theoretical coloration ki why this is happening, why social mobility is there in society, right? Okay, so this would be your criterion to opt the subject. Next point to discuss is how to approach sociology syllabus. Syllabus को कैसे approach करें? How do you approach? How many of you are done with your general studies? GS? How many of you have done with general studies? ये बोलिए, मैं क्वेश्चन नहीं करूंगा मैं, राइट? यस, हाउ डू यू अप्रोच जनरल स्टडी?
First, reading the syllabus thoroughly, and then using the concepts of and application from the various journals.
रीडिंग सिलेबस, ठीक है, ठीक है, और यूजिंग द कॉन्सेप्ट्स, ठीक है, यस, आप
Reading syllabus, then basic books, then one standard book for each subject.
one basic book, a standard book for each subject. Look, when you approach a subject, right, syllabus, in syllabus UPSC has mentioned topics. On topics you are supposed to aggregate knowledge, ठीक है, knowledge, ठीक है, and knowledge has only 3 dimensions. knowledge का बस 3 dimension होता है. reading books, basic book, advanced book will not help you sail through this exam, right? But having knowledge on the topics mentioned in syllabus, and knowledge has 3 dimensions. समझिएगा इस पॉइंट को. knowledge has 3 dimensions. What are those 3 dimensions of knowledge? Knowledge has 3 dimensions: concepts, theories, and facts. Facts are static as well as dynamic, which is the most sellable commodity in coaching field, which is popularly called as current affairs. सबसे ज़्यादा sellable commodity है ये, ठीक है. 90% students waste their psychic energy and their effort reading current affairs, writing daily current affairs based questions, right, without balancing the current affairs with the static facts and concepts in GS. In GS majorly you have to study concepts and facts. GS में क्या होता है? concept होता है, facts होता है, and facts are static as well as dynamic. Dynamic fact is only one aspect. Dynamic concepts are only one aspect. उसके अलावा भी तो नॉलेज का एस्पेक्ट है ना, राइट? तो अपने अप्रोच को थोड़ा बैलेंस. इधर सोशियोलॉजी की अपन बात करेंगे. इन सोशियोलॉजी, इन सिलेबस यू हैव टॉपिक्स, टॉपिक्स रिक्वायर्स नॉलेज, एंड नॉलेज में हमें क्या देखना है? व्हाट वी हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड कॉन्सेप्ट्स, थियरीज, थियोरेटिकल स्ट्रैंड्स, थिंकर्स एंड फैक्ट्स. फैक्ट्स के लिए एक्स्ट्रा रीडिंग की जरूरत नहीं होती, राइट? व्हेन the facts are aggregated into meaningful entity referred as concept or theory. ठीक है, जब facts को हम meaningful बना देते हैं ना, तो वो क्या हो जाता है? concepts हो जाता है, वो theory हो जाता है. When that is established, that becomes theory, right? We will study in detail about. So while approaching the subject, topics, knowledge aggregate करना है, knowledge. And you have to free yourself from books and notes in course of aggregating knowledge, right? Concepts and theory, जितना concept theory जाएगा उतना विकास रंजन के नोट्स को साइड में रखते जाना है, ठीक है? उतना साइड में रखना है उसको, ठीक है? इधर लेकर आना है, right? Concepts and theory. As far as fact is concerned, there are some static facts, there will be dynamic facts, ठीक है? Dynamic fact means भाई सोसाइटी का जो फैक्ट है, फैमिली है, इकोनॉमी है, पॉलिटी है, एजुकेशन है, रिलीजन है. देयर वर फैक्ट्स इन ट्रेडिशनल सोसाइटी, जॉइंट फैमिली. देयर आर फैक्ट्स इन मॉडर्न सोसाइटी, सिंगल पेरेंट फैमिली, सेपरेटेड फैमिली. ये सब फैक्ट है ना आज की सोसाइटी में, इज इट इट? तो बी बैलेंस. आई मीन इन व्हाइल अंडरस्टैंडिंग द फैमिली वी विल अंडरस्टैंड जॉइंट फैमिली आल्सो, द फीचर्स, फंक्शंस, फॉर्म्स ऑफ जॉइंट फैमिली एज वेल एज न्यूक्लियर फैमिली, सिंगल पेरेंट फैमिली, सेपरेटेड फैमिलीज. Dynamic fact of the society. Dynamic fact of the society, right? We have some theoretical strands on the family, joint family and nuclear family, right? And the concept of the family. What is the family? How family is different from other institutions in society. Okay, so what I mean to say, whenever some syllabic topics come to you, जब आप किसी syllabus topic को approach करते हो, तो try to decipher into concepts, theories and facts. This will help you in reproducing, the knowledge in examination hall and bringing in more objectivity and exactness. Bringing in more objectivity and exactness. ठीक है, मतलब वहाँ कहानी बात नहीं करेंगे, आप बिल्कुल कॉन्सेप्चुअल यूनिट्स लिखेंगे, कॉन्सेप्ट्स लिखेंगे, थियरीज लिखेंगे, फैक्ट्स लिखेंगे, नो स्टोरी, नो गफिंग. मैं देखता हूँ कई बार आंसर में बहुत देखता हूँ, बिकॉज मेंस में इस बार भी मतलब 200 एवरेज रहता ही है जो मेंस लिखते हैं बच्चे. तो जिसको नहीं आ रहा होगा वो क्या करेगा? गफिंग. दे विल स्टार्ट गफिंग. गफिंग, यू अंडरस्टैंड? गफिंग लिटरेचर. हाँ, गफिंग, हाँ, ब्लफिंग. गफिंग मीन्स बात बनाना. ठीक है, जब कॉन्सेप्ट नहीं आ रहा है, वुमेन एम्पावरमेंट, अपॉर्चुनिटीज एंड चैलेंजेस इन इंडियन सोसाइटी, ऐसा ऐसे का टॉपिक दे दिया. अब इस पे नहीं आ रहा है तो वो बात गोल गोल, राउंड राउंड. अरे सीधा लिखो ना, व्हाट इज वुमेन एम्पावरमेंट, कॉन्सेप्ट. राइट, कॉन्सेप्ट अगर क्लियर है तो कॉन्सेप्ट लिखेंगे, व्हाट इज वुमेन एम्पावरमेंट, डायमेंशंस ऑफ एम्पावरमेंट, एग्जांपल्स ऑफ एम्पावरमेंट. राइट, सीधा बात, नो बकवास. ठीक है, तो ऐसा आपको कॉन्सेप्ट चाहिए. कॉन्सेप्ट्स, थियरीज, फैक्ट्स, स्टैटिक फैक्ट, डायनामिक फैक्ट. डायनामिक फैक्ट इज ओनली वन एस्पेक्ट. ठीक है, एंड ये आप बहुत पढ़ते हो, करंट अफेयर्स को बहुत पढ़ते हो ना. हाँ, वारंटेड, अनवारंटेड. सुबह मतलब लैपटॉप ऑन करो, फोन ऑन करो, ज्ञान की गंगा बह रही है. करंट अफेयर्स, करंट अफेयर्स. यार क्या बना दिया है इसको. एक करंट अफेयर्स पढ़ाने के लिए क्या चाहिए? टी शर्ट चाहिए, उस पर एक नाम लिखा होना चाहिए, कुछ भी नाम लिखा होना चाहिए, अन अकेडमी, इनसाइट्स, कुछ भी. यार हद कर दिया. इतना ज्यादा करंट कंटेंट दे रहे हैं, इतना ज्यादा करंट प्रॉब्लम दे रहे हैं. यू प्लीज एनालाइज दिस ईयर पेपर ऑफ जीएस जनरल स्टडीज. यू प्लीज लिस्ट द टॉपिक्स, एक्सेल बनाइए, ऑल द टॉपिक्स ऑफ जीएस पेपर 1, प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चंस and then practice question. You see कि कितना क्वेश्चन करंट अफेयर्स है. In most of the questions you have dimensions of static facts. Most of the questions, right? और यही तो कारण है कि 500 क्रॉस नहीं कर पाते मेजॉरिटी स्टूडेंट इन जनरल स्टडीज, क्योंकि करंट ओरिएंटेड आंसर्स आर देयर, नॉट टेकिंग इनटू अकाउंट द मोस्ट क्रूशियल and the most important part of GS syllabus is post-independent history. Post-independent history, which is least studied by students and least taught by the coachings. Coachings भी नहीं पढ़ाते 5 days में post-independent history, जबकि वो सबसे important area है. Right? Economic history of India, political history of India, post-independent history of India, climatic, state reorganization का history, right? Women empowerment का history, right? Social development का history, poverty elevation का history. Post-independent history should be studied lot, लेकिन that is least focused. ठीक है? So that you could bring in the static facts with the current developments. जो भी current development है, be that society, economy, polity, education, religion, no development in society, no change in society takes place in isolation. There is always continuities from the past. ठीक है? And that should be reflected. As administrator in district, you take into account the interventions in the past, the developments in the past, and so you plan for the future, for the further development. आप ऐसे नहीं कहीं चले जाते हैं कि गवर्नमेंट ने कहा तो इम्प्लीमेंट कर दो, नहीं. You take into account historical correctness is also important, right? What I mean to say कि while approaching sociology syllabus topics, aggregate knowledge, I will help you, right, in understanding concepts, theories, facts. ठीक है? Then second part, ये तो knowledge का हो गया. Reproduction of the knowledge, reproduction, जो कि हम बहुत कम करते हैं. ठीक है? कई बच्चे आते हैं कॉर्पोरेट इंस्टीट्यूशन से मेरे पास मेंस के कोर्स के लिए, तो सर मैंने सब पढ़ लिया, ये नोट्स पढ़ लिया, ये बुक्स पढ़ लिया, सर का कोचिंग भी कर लिया, बट व्हेन आई ट्राई टू राइट आंसर आई फील डिफिकल्टी, कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा है कैसे लिखे. मेरा सिंपल क्वेश्चन होता है कि फिर व्हाई यू हैव टेकन कोचिंग, व्हाई डू यू टेक कोचिंग. कोचिंग किस लिए लेते हैं? कोचिंग इज नॉट ओनली अबाउट lectures and notes. राइट? अगर साइना नेहवाल को उसका कोच नोट्स एंड बुक्स दे देता तो फिर वो चैंपियन बन जाती, हाँ, वर्ल्ड चैंपियन. रीडिंग नोट्स, बुक्स, coaching is something, ever and over reading notes and books, isn't it? Your civil services ka preparation is something more than reading notes and books, reading basic books, reading advanced books. No. Aggregating knowledge, understanding concepts, theories and facts, and reproduction of that knowledge in solving the problem on daily basis. Reproduction of those concepts, theories and facts in solving the problem on daily basis. Right? So while approaching sociology syllabus, if you don't reproduce your readings on daily basis or at least on weekly basis, then it will be very difficult to perform an exam. Okay, I give you this opportunity. After every class I give assignment. I give you choice to write here or go back home, write and submit to me. Right, so that at end of the course you will have more than 100 questions. Right? And more than 90% questions will directly indirectly will be related with those 100 questions in particular paper. Right? So approach should be not only readings. सरदार जी जीएस का कोचिंग ले रहे हैं, रिप्रोड्यूस करते हैं नहीं, तो फिर रिप्रोड्यूस नहीं करेंगे तो कैसे होगा एग्रीगेट? फॉर कंसोलिडेशन रिप्रोडक्शन ऑफ नॉलेज इज इंपॉर्टेंट. राइट? मे बी कोचिंग हैज हिज ओन कंपल्सन, कोचिंग का अपना कंपल्सन होगा, अपना तरीका होगा, बट एज ए स्टूडेंट यू शुड बी अवेयर ऑफ दिस फैक्ट. कोचिंग एंड टीचर्स विल नॉट गो टू राइट द एग्जाम, यू हैव टू गो टू राइट द एग्जाम, isn't it? So performance should be the primary, not only readings. Achievement should be the primary on daily basis, isn't it? Right? तो आपको ये करना है readings, the syllabus, understanding concepts, theories and facts, and reproducing the concept, theories and facts, solving problem. Previous year questions, 5-year question paper is there, right? That gives you clue, right? Assignment question which I give on daily basis, right? So this will be my approach. I will clarify your concept given in syllabus, theories and facts, but you have to make effort for performance. I will not perform on your behalf, right? No teacher will perform on your behalf. You have to perform, right? You have to act, you have to perform. Okay. Now coming back to the topic, syllabus. Please see the syllabus. I will today I will start one topic so that you could understand how we approach. And from today, I think most of you are enrolled, right? From today we have half an hour time, right? Maybe 45 minutes I will take. I will start with the topic, with the basics. The basics which we are going to discuss will be referred every day in our class. Every day. As I told you, the scope of sociology is very limited. We study social structure, social system, social interaction. So time and again the concept of a structure, concept of system and interaction will be referred. Isn't it? So please try to understand these basics. And in my class, please don't behave the way you behave in corporate classes, जहाँ पे 500-600 students होते हैं. Please feel free in asking questions, because if you put up your doubts, that also recharges my mind to think extra. ठीक है? आप प्रॉब्लम पुट अप करोगे, कहीं भी कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा है, उस प्रॉब्लम को पूछोगे, तो उससे मैं भी और ज़्यादा एक्सप्लेन करूँगा. Getting your point? I have my scope of explanation, isn't it? जहाँ भी slightest of the problem है, please don't be ashamed. बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट चूँकि मैं समझता हूँ सोशियोलॉजी एंड मैंने साइकोलॉजी भी पढ़ी हुई है, ठीक है ना? तो एक कंपल्सन ऑफ कंफर्मिटी होता है, राइट? मतलब आपको ये लगता है कि अरे बाकी नहीं क्वेश्चन कर रहे हैं तो मैं क्यों? कई बार you feel, but look, there are individual differences. Individual differences are there. Like maybe some person from sound educational background, he understands things in first go, but maybe some other person coming from middle class, rural background, right, government schools, he may take, repeated analysis, isn't it? He may require repeated analysis by the teacher, right? So I'm always ready for that. Please don't feel ashamed कि नहीं बाकी लोग नहीं पूछ रहे मैं क्यों. No, आपको जहाँ भी प्रॉब्लम हो, because I am here to clear your doubts. ठीक है, क्लास कंप्लीट हो जाएगा, अटेम्प्ट्स आपका कंप्लीट हो जाएगा, isn't it? ठीक है ना? प्रॉब्लम अगर सॉल्व नहीं हुआ तो यू विल नॉट परफॉर्म एन एग्जाम, isn't it? You have to solve the problems in exam. You have to solve the problem in the field. यहाँ पे I am the problem solver for you, isn't it? Right? So slightest of the problem, please. Okay. What is the first topic? First topic क्या है syllabus का? I will start basics, but in reference to syllabus. Syllabus के reference में I will start basics. Yes. What is the first topic? And I will request you all to mug up the topic, mug up the syllabus within 2 or 3 weeks. एक week में नहीं. How many of you can recite general studies syllabus? I will give you reward 50,000 rupees. आप सभी GS पढ़ रहे हैं ना? कितने लोगों को पूरा syllabus याद है? नहीं. This is very pathetic situation then. Please try to stand away from the crowd to become a leader. ठीक है, केवल क्लास जाना आना नहीं. Please have your own strategy, your own study table, your own bulb, your own light. ठीक है, और मगअप द सिलेबस. अगर सिलेबस नहीं मगअप होगा सरदार जी तो डायनामिक कैसे पढ़ेंगे करंट अफेयर्स को? हाउ यू विल रिलेट विद द कन्वेंशनल, राइट? इवन हिस्ट्री में देयर इज स्कोप टू रिलेट विद द करंट अफेयर्स इफ द क्वेश्चन इज रिलेटेड विद Macaulay Minute, through which English education system was introduced in India. While writing any question on that, you are supposed to relate with the current. Today IT sector boom, right? We have comparative advantage in software field, software industry. That is because of English education introduced by, right? केवल ये नहीं कि बुक में दिया हुआ है नेशनलिज्म, राइज ऑफ नेशनलिज्म थ्रू इंग्लिश एजुकेशन. नहीं, आज तक उसका रिलेवेंस है. आज तक उसका रिलेवेंस इज देयर इन आवर सोसाइटी, राइट? ओके, सो मग अप द सिलेबस. फर्स्ट टॉपिक इज, क्या है फर्स्ट टॉपिक? सोशियोलॉजी द डिसिप्लिन. उसमें मॉडर्निटी एंड सोशल चेंजेस इन यूरोप एंड इमर्जेंस ऑफ सोशियोलॉजी. मॉडर्निटी एंड सोशल चेंजेस in Europe and emergence of sociology. This is the topic, right? Now here are the concepts. Please mark the concepts. Modernity is one concept. Social change, ठीक है? Emergence एक fact है. Sociology is other concepts. So I will start with what is sociology. Let us start with the concept sociology. Many of you I think have understanding, right? Some basic understanding ki what is sociology. Yes, क्या है? Please. Tell me something basic understanding. Please be interactive.
Way of learning and understanding the society.
Yes, ठीक है.
And various developments undertaken in the society.
Yes.
Scientific
study of social behavior. Yes. Shubham. Interactions. Yes, ठीक है.
Scientific study of society, like initiate.
Yes. Sociology is systematic and scientific study of society. Sociology is systematic and scientific study of society, right? Look, society was studied even before emergence of sociology. Society was studied even before emergence of sociology in Europe, right? in different disciplines like political science, philosophy, economics, isn't it? Society was studied. Primarily society was studied by philosophers. Aristotle, Plato, right? If you study their thesis, they have all discourses on society based on their internal will. Based on their internal will, right? In Indian society, Manu Smriti, right? Manu Smriti throws light on every discourse of the society, Arthashastra, every discourse of the society, but Manu is not referred as sociologist. Manu को हम sociologist बोलते हैं नहीं ना, right? Chanakya is not referred as sociologist. Kautilya, right? Arthashastra का writer, he is not referred as sociologist. Sociology was studied even before emergence of sociology, right? In ancient ages, medieval ages, but sociology emerged as a discipline, right, in Europe as a result of modernity and social changes. Modernity and social changes, isn't it? Some thinkers applied scientific methods because scientific methods had become very popular after commercial revolution and scientific revolution, Renaissance in European society. Renaissance in between the period 13th century to 16th century, right? Scientific revolution in between this period, natural science methods had become very popular. Some thinkers applied scientific method to study society systematically and scientifically, and thus emerged science of society called sociology. Sociology is systematic and scientific study of society. अपन देखेंगे कि how methods of natural sciences were employed later on. अभी हमें concept समझना है, right? Sociology is systematic and scientific study of society. Other concept is there, society. What is society?
Group of people.
हाँ ठीक है. Group of people is one feature, one characteristic.
Study of human beings. Study of human beings.
The biosphere around us in which we are interacting with others.
In simple terms, society refers to, जो एक standard definition है, society is a web of social relationships, social interactions, web of social behaviors, right? Web of social relationship among group of people, social relationship among group of people, right? इसका आगे extended definition है, अभी इतना ही अपन. Group of people, web of social relationship among group of people, social interaction in a group of people, social behavior of the group of people, isn't it? Right? And certainly group of people एक territory में रहता है, तो extended definition में आता है belonging to a territory, right? आसमान में तो रहता नहीं है, territory, right? तो वो भी आ जाता है feature, right? So here society is a web of social relationship, social interaction, social behavior. When this web of social relationships, social behavior, right, social interactions, समझिएगा, is established and patterned. एक term मैंने क्या यूज किया यहाँ पे? When this is established and patterned. When the web of social relationship get established and patterned, become orderly, referred as social institutions. Social institution means established pattern of social relationship, social interaction, social behavior is referred as social institution. Social institution, right? सोशियोलॉजी सबको लिंक करिए. सोशियोलॉजी सिस्टमेटिक साइंटिफिक स्टडी ऑफ सोसाइटी. Society is a web of social relationships, social interaction, social behavior among a group of people, isn't it? Belonging to a territory, isn't it? When these social relations, interactions, behavior established and patterned, referred as social institutions, isn't it? Last man got something. Last Gandhians. Last man किसके लोग हैं? Gandhi के Gandhians. Gandhiji is concerned about the people at last, pedestal of society. So in class also I always concerned about the last man. Understood this? You got it? Got something? Something, right? Society, web of social relationship. When this relationship, established and patterned, become orderly, referred as social institution. In total, we have 5 primary institutions. Right? First, family. Second, economy. Third, polity. Fourth, education. Fifth, religion. We have 5 primary institutions, right? Family, economy, polity, education, religion. Again I will repeat. Society is a web of social relations. The social relation is not disorderly. In course of time, the social relations get established and pattern becomes orderly, isn't it? When social relations established and patterned become orderly, right, take a form, that is referred as social institutions, right? For example, 5 primary institutions: family, economy, polity, education and religion. Got it? Right? You, what's your name? You came late, so I don't, last, Ashish, please. Got it? Yes, समझे? Okay. These institutions, right, provide or bring in order, right? Order in social relationships, social interactions, isn't it? And social behavior, individuals, behavior in these institutions, right, based on certain guidelines, right? Like guidelines in the family is different from that of economy. Guidelines for behavior in economy is different from that of polity, right? For example, in family, like family ka guidelines, directives different from that of economy. Bank is economic institution. Family, right? Family invests in you. Investing, particularly middle class families. Middle class family का feature एक होता है future gratification. To gratify all comfort in future, invest a lot in children's education. Without any return, expectation of return नहीं होता है. कभी कोई ऐसा नहीं आपको पेरेंट्स कभी बोले होंगे कि चलो मैं इतना इन्वेस्ट कर रहा हूँ तो, और ऐसा बोलता भी, जैसे my son is just 5.5 years old now, और उसको मैं कभी ऐसा बोला कि कभी मतलब ज्ञान व्यान काइंड ऑफ, तो ही रिजेक्ट्स कि नहीं, आप खुद देख लेना, आप खुद अपना ध्यान रख लेना, खुद समझ लेना, काइंड ऑफ लाइक फैमिली में गाइडलाइंस, द वे ऑफ इंटरेक्शन इज डिफरेंट फ्रॉम द फॉर्म ऑफ इंटरेक्शन इज डिफरेंट फ्रॉम दैट ऑफ बैंक. अगर बैंक से आपने इन्वेस्टमेंट लिया है फॉर योर एजुकेशन, तो आफ्टर कंप्लीटिंग योर एजुकेशन यू विल हैव टू रिटर्न. उसका गाइडलाइन इज डिफरेंट, उसका डायरेक्टिव्स आर डिफरेंट, isn't it? The guidelines of behavior in different institutions and in general in society, the guidelines, your behavior never takes place in vacuum, right? आपका बिहेवियर कभी भी नेवर टेक प्लेस इन वैक्यूम, ध्यान रखिएगा. यू आर गाइडेड बाय सम रिटन एंड अनरिटन values. There are some guidelines for your behavior. Written constitutional guidelines are there not to practice untouchability. ये क्या है? Constitutional guideline है, isn't it? And maintaining social distance, religious सबरीमाला में ban on temple entry for women. Guideline क्या है? Religious guideline है. Unwritten है, कहीं ऐसा लिखा हुआ नहीं है Constitution में हमारे right? तो our behavior is influenced by some guidelines, some directions, some directives, isn't it? Those guidelines referred as values. Sociological term में those guidelines are referred as values. ये मैथ्स वाला वैल्यू से अलग है, मैथ्स वाला वैल्यू नहीं. The guidelines for better behavior, isn't it? The guidelines for behavior, functional behavior, isn't it? In society referred as values, isn't it? Different institutions have different guidelines, isn't it? Right है ना? Different institutions have different guidelines. ठीक है. Economy कहता है accumulation of wealth, religion कहता है donation of wealth. Different guideline देता है ना. Religion कहेगा कि अरे क्या है, सब मोह माया है, सब त्याग कर दो, religious institution को दे दो, church को दे दो, mosque को दे दो, right? स्वर्ग में चले जाओ, right? So guidelines are different, isn't it? Those guidelines referred as for behavior prescribed by different institutions referred as values, right? They are abstract as well as written, isn't it? And the actual behavior, ऐसा थोड़ी होता है कि you behave always as per the guidelines. हॉस्टल में जाते हैं तो पेरेंट्स एकदम समझा के भेजते हैं कि बेटा सिगरेट नहीं पीना, राइट? पार्टी मत करना, नशा इन सब से दूर रहना, ज़्यादा दोस्तों के साथ समय वेस्ट नहीं करना, ये सब गाइडलाइन मिलता है ना, गाइडलाइन. बट एक्चुअल बिहेवियर इन हॉस्टल, कॉलेजेस, एक्चुअल बिहेवियर एट टाइम्स इज डिफरेंट फ्रॉम द गाइडलाइंस, राइट? एक्चुअल बिहेवियर गाइडलाइन इज देयर कि मेंटेन ट्रैफिक रूल्स, गाइडलाइन इज देयर फॉर ट्रैफिकिंग, ट्रैफिक के लिए है ना गाइडलाइन. लेकिन द एक्चुअल पैटर्न इन इंडिया बहुत गैप है. द एक्चुअल पैटर्न एंड द गाइडलाइन. आप देखेंगे ट्रैफिक में कैसा जिग जैग ड्राइव करते हुए, राइट? मैं उधर शिरडी से पुणे आ रहा था, राइट? पीछे से कोई लैम्बोर्गिनी लेकर आया, वो ऐसा आवाज किया कि ड्राइवर उसको समझ में नहीं आया कि क्या हो गया. उसको लगा कि कुछ मतलब ब्लास्ट हो गया, कुछ हो गया, मतलब ही लॉस्ट कंट्रोल एंड हाईवे के नीचे चला गया. ठीक है, बट वी वर सेफ. तो वही देखा कि अब उतना नॉइज करने का गाइडलाइन तो है नहीं ट्रैफिक में, एक लेवल के बियॉन्ड. लेकिन वो क्या करते हैं, आप देखेंगे बुलेट का, मोटरसाइकिल का साइलेंसर फोड़ देंगे इंडिया के अंदर, क्योंकि ज़्यादा आवाज़ करे, साउंड करने के लिए, राइट? पंजाब, हरियाणा, सरदार जी होता है ना, राइट? उधर होता है ना बहुत साउंड वाला, राइट? तो दोज आर रेफर्ड एज नॉर्म, राइट? नॉर्म. Actual behavior in society is referred as norms, right? There are guidelines for behavior and there are actual behavior. भाई guideline तो behavior है ना, constitutional guidelines are there for equality, freedom, justice, liberty, isn't it? है ना, guideline is there, right? But do we practice equality in the family? भाई इंडिया में only 16.5% women are working in non-agriculture wage sector. Rest of the women are domesticated, right? In a state like Bihar, 8% of women are working in non-agriculture based sector. Rest of the women are domesticated. ऐसा कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन का तो गाइडलाइन नहीं है, ऐसा कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन का गाइडलाइन नहीं है ना. कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन तो ये कहता है कि इक्वालिटी ऑफ अपॉर्चुनिटी टू पार्टिसिपेट इन डिफरेंट स्फीयर्स ऑफ सोसाइटी irrespective of sex, ethnicity, caste, right? But we have discriminations. The actual pattern is different from the guidelines, the actual guidelines, isn't it? The actual pattern of behavior is referred as norms. Sexual division of labor in our society is a norm. Sexual division of labor in our society is a norm, right? A specialized division of labor is constitutional guideline, right? But sexual division of labor is norm. Okay? Even the women who work in a specialized institution, they have to take double burden of instrumental role in the administration or the company and expressive roles in the family, right? role burdens, double burden of roles. That is the actual norm, isn't it? Right. In sociology, these institutions, values and norms together, right, make up the social structure. Social structure. Social structure. STRUCTURE. Social structure. Social institutions with values and norms referred as social structure. Social, in other words, social structure consists of institutions, values and norms. Right. Ashish, got it? Social institutions, values and norms together referred as social structure. Right. So concepts. समझ में आ रहा है ना? What I am doing? Explaining the concepts. इसमें क्या है? एक concept है sociology. Sociology is systematic and scientific study of society. Right? Society is a web of social relations, behavior, interactions with the social relationship, interactions, behavior established and patterned, referred as social institutions. We have 5 social institutions. In all social institutions there are guidelines for behavior. In society in general there are guidelines. For those guidelines referred as social values, right, and the actual behavior in society, right, respective to the guidelines or irrespective to the guidelines, respective to the guidelines or irrespective to guidelines are referred as norms, social norms, right. Okay, all 3 together referred as social structure. These structures, family structure, economic structure, political structure, educational structure, religious structure, these structures are not isolated in society. Next line of thought, next line of concepts, next line of thought. The social structures in society, institutions, values and norms in society are not isolated but exist in relation with each other. Exist in relation with each other. These different institutions are related with each other, right? And the interrelations of these institutions, interrelations, right, among these institutions referred as system or make the system, which is referred as social system. ठीक है, सोशल सिस्टम. जैसे मेरा क्या पॉइंट है यहाँ पे कि these institutions do not exist in isolation but in relation, right? ये इंस्टीट्यूशन जो है फैमिली, इकोनॉमी, पॉलिटी, ये आइसोलेशन में एक्सिस्ट नहीं करता बट इन relation with each other. They are related with each other. This interrelatedness among the structures makes the system which is called as social system, right? For example, मैंने कहा कि फैमिली, इकोनॉमी, पॉलिटी ये सब आइसोलेटेड नहीं, रिलेटेड है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, yes.
Sir, values are actual principles, right?
Values are the guidelines given to you, the principles set by institutions and society for your behavior, right? And actual behavior referred as norm. And at times you will find that the actual behavior is in respective to the values or irrespective to values. Different, yes.
So whether these 5 principles are open-ended or closed-ended, like the religion is the
Family, economy, polity, right? वही मैं बोला ना कि these are not isolated, these are related. ये जो structures हैं ये related हैं. Getting your point?
But some religion has the fixed guidelines were laid down in the Vedas and
हाँ.
so they are more closed-ended rather than more open-ended. Like new theories are not emerging in the day-to-day life.
नहीं है ना. It's a religion. No structure of the society is closed. Traditional religion, worshipping of God Indra, Hindu religion for example, worshipping of God Indra, Varuna, right? Today worshipping of Asaram Bapu, right? Dera Sacha Sauda Wala, isn't it? These sect cults, right? Like Art of Living, that is also a religious institution. Patanjali, religious institution, isn't it? So no institution in society is closed. ठीक है ना? Here what I'm talking कि these institutions are related, not isolated and independent. Related है. इसकी वजह से सोशियोलॉजी का जो स्कोप है ना, that becomes very limited. Change in one institution, जैसे आपको फैमिली में चेंज लिखना है कि चेंजेज इन द फैमिली स्ट्रक्चर इन इंडियन सोसाइटी, तो चेंजेज आर नेवर आइसोलेटेड, स्ट्रक्चर इज नेवर आइसोलेटेड, related with economy, industrialization and nuclearization in the family. In Indian society, this is in wake of industrialization, urbanization, that nuclearization of family has started. Post globalization, more specialized occupations, right? Industrializations, more mobility, right? New forms of family, new form live-in relationship, unmarried cohabitations, right? Unmarried cohabitation also treated as family by the law. In Domestic Violence Act, law approves, right, this relationship, unmarried cohabitation, right? So what I mean to say कि these changes are in relation, family में change in relation to economy, polity, democratization, equality, freedom, individual liberty, liberty in making choices. अभी चंद्रचूड़ साहब ने क्या कहा कि भाई इंडियन सोसाइटी में everyone have liberty, freedom to make choice. Right? Make choice. The choice should not be limited only to the husband, isn't it, or wife, isn't it? One cannot restrict. What I mean to say is these changes which are taking place in our society, right? Be that decriminalization of 377, individual liberty, isn't it? Right to life, liberty, right? Like changes in polity leading to changes in family structure, family interaction. Familial relationship interaction is changing because of changes in polity, right? Polity, education, more and more children are educated in the families, more and more women are educated in the family. Children are becoming liability for the family. पहले क्या थे? Joint family में, traditional family system में in India, children were asset for the family. जहां आज भी अंडर डेवलपमेंट है इंडियन सोसाइटी में, वहां पे चिल्ड्रंस आर असेट्स फॉर द फैमिली. लाइक अंडर डेवलप्ड स्टेट ऑफ नॉर्दर्न इंडिया, राइट? हाईएस्ट टीएफआर कहाँ है? टोटल फर्टिलिटी रेट हाईएस्ट बिहार, सेकंड हाईएस्ट वेस्ट बंगाल, थर्ड हाईएस्ट यूपी. ये कंपटीशन चलता रहता है इन स्टेट्स में. एंड लोएस्ट केरला, तमिलनाडु, इन सदर्न स्टेट्स. ठीक है? And this is there, like in these states, अभी भी land dependency on hand labor, manual labor is there. Agriculture, dependence on agriculture, manual labor, preference for more children for more manual labor, isn't it? Children are still not liability, still asset. Government का poverty alleviation scheme, MG नरेगा, right? More children, more income, right? In southern states, specialized education in southern states, like a state like in Madras Presidency in 1835, primary school was opened in every block of Madras Presidency. One primary school was opened. See, universalization of basic education in 1835, right? जो ब्रिटिश का मर्केंटाइल टू इंडस्ट्रियलाइजेशन फेज शुरू होता है उस समय. ठीक है? तो वहाँ का एजुकेशन इज हेल्थ एजुकेशन, चिल्ड्रन का एजुकेशन, राइट? तो उधर फैमिली का साइज इज लो, इधर फैमिली साइज इज हाई, isn't it? Education का कॉस्ट इज देयर, स्किल एंड ट्रेनिंग का कॉस्ट इज देयर, isn't it? Right? More and more education of, both male and female members of the family, more and more participation in work organization outside the family, nuclearization of the family with social mobility of both men and women, nuclearization of the family. Look, all these are like religion. In traditional society, within the families, marriage considered as a sacrament, right? जो शाहरुख खान की फिल्मों में दिखाते हैं, कायनात वायनात क्या क्या डायलॉग होता है ना, कि marriages are made in heaven, marriage is a sacrament, right? Not to be broken in this world, right? Divorce was considered as taboo in traditional Indian society. Separation was unwarranted, right? Okay, all because of religious, guideline. Ki marriage is sacrament. It's not a contract, isn't it? Sacrament. In today's society, Hindu Marriage Act is there, and Hindu Marriage Act makes marriage as a contract. The contract which can be broken in case of incompatibility for the individuals. If that contract, that relationship becomes incompatible, if that becomes constraining to individual right, individual freedoms, individual liberty, then individuals have choice under Hindu Marriage Act to separate. So the changes in polity, law, religious values and norms, these acts and laws have reformed our religion. हमारे religion को क्या किया है? Reform किया है, right? Earlier it was believed, जैसे हिंदू मैरिज एक्ट में आज भी आप देखते हैं ना, सप्तपादी का प्रैक्टिस, 7 फेरे. इंडिया सिनेमाज में गाना भी है, 7 फेरे 7 वचन, काइंड ऑफ राइट, 7 फेरे के 7 वचन. अमीर साहब नहीं सुना आपने? लाइक दैट इज अ रिलीजियस गाइडलाइन. That is religious guideline कि marriages in Indian system, in Hindu social system, is not for one life but for 7 life, right? एक लाइफ में कोटा ही पूरा नहीं होता यार. Marriage is for 7 life, and because of that, after death of husband, to continue the relationship, there was practice of sati का practice, right? Patriarchal system था. After death of the husband, marriage. अब उसमें रिफॉर्म हो गया. सती was abolished. Abolition of sati, isn't it? Right? That was reform. Widow remarriage, reform, all through laws, isn't it? Religion में reform, changes in family. Getting a point? What I mean to say, today in the family, like जैसे पहले क्या था? Conceptualization of family deity, right? एक कमरे में कहीं कोने में एक देवी या देवता होते थे, and the group supposed to worship that deity, not others, isn't it? ऐसा होता था ना. But today religion has become individual affair, individual phenomena, right? Irrespective of the familial and cultural guidelines, isn't it? Right? Individualism is increasing because of constitutionalism, and that is impacting religion also. What I mean to say is these institutions, guidelines in these institutions are very much related. Change in one bring changes in others, isn't it? Getting a point? एक में change होगा दूसरे में. जैसे in 2014, in wake of increasing inflation, price rise, people voted against the government, है ना? इकोनॉमी में changes, price rise, right? अभी हम लोग उस सबसे neutral हो गए. We have become neutral of the price rise and all, right? Otherwise, there were a lot of protests in 2013, 14, price rise, downfall of rupee, isn't it? Scams, 2G, 3G scams, isn't it? In wake of that, change in political behavior, leading to change in political institution, government may change, isn't it? Right? So, like, what I mean to say, these institutions are interrelated, and this interrelatedness of the institution makes the system which is called social system, right? Within the institutions and between the institution, between the members of society, there are interaction, which is referred as social interaction. ठीक है? सोशल इंटरेक्शन, फैमिली में इंटरेक्शन होता है, इंटरेक्शन, इकोनॉमी इंटरेक्शन होता है ना, इंटरेक्शन में इकोनॉमिक इंस्टीट्यूशंस में इंटरेक्शन, पॉलिटी इंटरेक्शन, राइट? द बेसिस ऑफ इंटरेक्शन, फॉर एग्जांपल in the family, right? Social interaction involves meanings and orientations, right? For example, you do observe interaction of your parents, grandparents. Maybe grandparents ka interaction, though this may not be universal, right? But in traditional societies, interaction between grandfather, grandmother, right? Based on Constitution? No. Tradition. Tradition. Right? Pati Parmeshwar ka conceptualization. Right? For grandmother, husband, Parmeshwar, God. Right? Grandfather or father and children. Right? जैसे आप लोग तो most of you are post LPG I think. Born post LPG, liberalization वाले era में. Right? But I am born in pre LPG era. Right? तो उसमें interaction between father and son. I used to maintain distance, 20 feet का distance. Right? Used to be in hostel, education के लिए hostel में था, school में, college में. तो जब जाना होता था festivals पे, तो एकदम distance maintain है. कहाँ पे मतलब my father was PG in history as well as English literature, right? Literature में. So I have learned all literature, right? तो कहाँ से क्या पूछ देंगे, कहाँ पे पिटाई हो जाएगी, kind of. तो मतलब and we were socialized not to reply father. Father को reply करना नहीं है. ऐसा socialization होता था parenting में. Right? Mother always used to okay नहीं जवाब मत देना. Right? बोलना नहीं, reply नहीं. Right? All respectability. But today interaction has changed. Today interaction is more egalitarian. Father is the best friend. Right? Today interaction has become more egalitarian. Right? अभी last week I was traveling with my father. I was coming from to Delhi. वो घर से लेकर आ रहा था. खाना अच्छा मिला उनको फ्लाइट में. बोल रहे खाना बहुत अच्छा बनाती है एयर होस्टेस. बोले पापा खाना बनाते नहीं, खाना आता है. तो मतलब ही स्टार्टेड ही क्रैक्ड द ही नोज कि ऐसा है, लेकिन आज चेंज हो गया इंटरेक्शन का लेवल. राइट नाउ मोर फ्रेंडली, मोर कंफर्टेबल, इंटरेक्शन. ठीक है, इंटरेक्शन इज मोर इगलिटेरियन, फ्रेंडली देन इंटरेक्शन इन ट्रेडिशनल सोसाइटीज. राइट, फादर वाज नॉट अलाउड टू क्रैक जोक्स बिफोर ग्रैंडफादर. राइट, बट अभी चेंज हो गया. ठीक है ना. Earlier interaction was based on tradition, patriarchy. The senior-most member, patriarch. Patri, the male, senior-most member. Isn't it? He enjoyed all archy. Archy बोले तो authority, patriarchy. There were patriarchal guidelines for behavior, but today, no. Egalitarian guidelines, constitutional guidelines, egalitarianism, equality. Right, that is reflected in friendly relations, friendly nature of interactions, isn't it? So social interactions have changed over time. We do a study about social interaction within the family and different institutions. Right? Getting your point. Social structure, social system, interrelatedness, and interaction. Interaction, social interaction. ठीक है? हाँ.
Is it necessary that these interactions become liberal over time, or there are any examples of them become stringent?
Like change is not always, in forward direction. Changes may be in backward direction too. Afghanistan में changes had happened. Right, today we are becoming more and more conscious of religion. Right, protectionism, not only American protectionism, we are very conscious of protecting our culture, our tradition, cow vigilante cases and all. So changes may be regressive also. Changes may be regressive also. Isn't it? But yes, in a progressive society, in a developing society, progressive society, changes are more liberal. Isn't it? Changes क्या है? Liberal है. Isn't it? Okay. So this is like interaction. Earlier, traditional society में interaction was based on tradition, be that familial interaction or economic interaction. Economic interaction, for example, in Indian society. In Indian society was structured in caste, varna and caste, Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaisyas, and different groups had different occupations. European society, traditional European society, clergy, lords, commoners, and at the top monarch. Right? In that society also, occupation was based on tradition. Isn't it? Tradition. People behaved in a way, right? Followed particular norms, values, right? Particular norms, because that had been sua generis in nature, right? Continuing since time immemorial. Isn't it? Sua generis in nature. Isn't it? Tradition. Let's say, we will see grandmother or mother following Somebody say fasting on Karwa Chauth. Why do we fast on Karwa Chauth? उसमें कोई साइंटिफिज्म है फास्टिंग? हाँ? Yes? Scientific reason. Yes. What I mean to say, why only female fasting? In Indian social structure, there are guidelines for fasting by females, right? Females ka fasting. Karwa Chauth, female ka fasting. On many occasions, fasting, forced fasting is one of the cause of malnutrition in Indian villages. ठीक है? Religious, ritualistic fasting, right? Ritualistic discrimination is there, right? Because of tradition. Different guidelines for behavior for male and females, isn't it? Different guidelines of behavior, ठीक है? That is continuing. Constitution तो ऐसा discrimination नहीं करता है ना? Constitution provides equality, freedom. So today our interaction has become more legal, rational, right? Anything which involves meaning and orientation is referred as rational. Common सा word है, आप daily use करते हैं. Anything which involves meanings and orientation is referred as rational. Means and goals is referred as rational, isn't it? तो हमारा बिहेवियर ट्रेडिशनल सोसाइटी में क्या था? ट्रेडिशनल रैशनल. मीनिंग्स, मीन्स एंड एंड वे डिटरमाइंड बाय ट्रेडिशन, राइट? Carpenters for generation did carpentry, did not become Brahmin. Priests did not preferred for priestly activity. Why? Because that was guideline from tradition, isn't it? The means and orientation for behavior was based on tradition. But in today's society, carpenter's son have equal opportunity to become IAS, isn't it? Barber's son, equal opportunity. We have become legal rational. Today the meanings and orientations, means and end is based on laws, constitution, isn't it? So we do a study about the basis of interaction, right? Basis of behavior, meanings and orientation, right? Under this social interaction, right? Yes, quick doubt.
Sir, in the overall view, we are looking at the interaction between a son and father. In overall prospect, what does it impact on society? Like in positive or negative?
Sociology में अभी उस पे आना है मुझे. Sociology में we don't study what is good and what is bad. That is domain of philosophy. Sociology is systematic and scientific study of society. Science है. साइंस में vaporization, when water is heated, that turns into vapor, isn't it? And that vapor forms cloud at places that brings disaster, at places that brings relief, isn't it? हमको disaster relief से साइंस में मतलब नहीं होता है, right? सोनोग्राफिक मशीन्स, भाई बनाने वाले ने तो न्यूट्रल, उसमें तो scientific knowledge is there, uska functions are there, some dysfunctions are there, isn't it? Right? So here we limit to the analysis, interpretation and analysis. We don't go in good and bad, right? ठीक है? जैसे interactions का nature क्या है today, like my 60-year-old mother touches feet of 16-year-old Brahmin. अब she is traditional in her orientation, behavior. I mean, she justifies her act कि this is continuing for tradition. इसको हम क्यों change करें? In her meanings and orientation, she is cherishing, she is glorifying tradition. Right? That 16-year-old Brahmin worshipped at a place. When he drives without helmet, a scheduled caste police officer, finds him in traffic. Despite being traditionally superior, because of law, legal authority, right, to fine without helmet in traffic, getting a fine. This person, this policeman from this group is legal rational in his act, in his behavior, legal rational. तो we do a study कि भाई policeman and Brahman का interaction, legal rational interaction हो रहा है वहाँ पे. Legal rational. वही traditional with Brahmin and my mother का situation, that is traditional, isn't it? In sociology, we study systematic and scientific study of society. सोसाइटी बोले तो सोशल स्ट्रक्चर, अब तो समझ में आ रहा है ना, सोसाइटी हैज सोशल स्ट्रक्चर, सोशल सिस्टम एंड सोशल इंटरेक्शन, राइट? इन सोशियोलॉजी, sociology is systematic and scientific study of society. In other words, sociology is systematic and scientific study of social structure, social system and social interactions. And I promise you, I will not teach anything apart from social structure and social interactions. Isn't it? We have to study social structures and social interactions. We have two groups of sociologists: positivists, those who focus on studying social structure, and non-positivists or anti-positivists who focus on studying social interaction. The six thinkers divided into two groups: positivists, Karl Marx, Emile Durkheim, Parsons and R.K. Merton, right? Who focus on studying structure, and non-positivists, Max Weber and G.H. Mead. They are non-positivists. 4 and 2, total 6 thinkers, isn't it? Sociology, systematic and scientific study of social structure. Structures are interrelated. Social system, which makes social system, and social interactions, right? So this way, we will approach, and this way you should approach the syllabus. Understanding first the concepts. अब next concept is modernity and social change. ठीक है? We will discuss this concept first, and then we will fully approach to the topic. Isn't it? Look, if you bring in exactness in conceptual units, ठीक है? If you have understanding of the concepts, right, becomes very easy to understand theories and aggregate the facts. ठीक है ना? So in sociology we will be focused on understanding concepts, theories and facts. ठीक है? Okay, yes, some question?
Sir, today we are seeing that our legal interaction is entering all the domains of society, religion. So is this good for a society or not?
Certainly, like modern society is legal rational society. One of the important feature of modernity is legal rationality in place of traditional rationality, right? In the family से आप बाहर निकलते हैं ट्रैफिक में, ट्रैफिक से मेट्रो से आप जाते हैं ऑफिस, everywhere you have to be legal rational, isn't it? And legal rationality is functional for society, right? Like earlier, women were discriminated, exploited, subjected to dowry deaths, legal protection, Domestic Violence Act, Dowry Prohibition Act, right? ये सब एक्ट आने के बाद क्या हुआ? प्रोटेक्शन टू वुमेन. तो दिस इज फंक्शनल ना, लीगल रैशनैलिटी इज फंक्शनल ना. Yesterday Supreme Court ordered, and there are maintenance acts in wake of change age transformation in Indian society. Two families are being nuclearized, and old age population, old age people in the families are left alone, isn't it? Not taken care of by the children have their compulsions, occupational compulsions based in America, Europe. Now maintenance acts give the right and the choice to the old age population in the family to mortgage their property to banks and get the loan for their survival, isn't it? Right? They bar their children from the property rights, isn't it? तो ये लॉ जो आया है तो ये प्रोटेक्टिव है ना, right? So legal rational is functional, isn't it? Legal, but yes, over rationality becomes dysfunctional. आप ब्यूरोक्रेसी में होते हैं legal rational. For the means you adhere to laws, you refer to laws. For the end you refer to laws. Means and end in bureaucracy determined by written rules and laws, isn't it? But at times, because of such written rules and laws, writapism, right, comes in bureaucracy. Inefficiency also increases in bureaucracy, and individuals get alienated and estranged. So there are functions of bureaucracy, legal rationality, as well as dysfunctions. Many bureaucrats you have seen, like one panda in UP, he became Radha. मतलब इतना ज़्यादा उसको स्ट्रेस हुआ, उनको प्रेशर हुआ कि उन्होंने जॉब को रिजाइन कर दिया और लगे कृष्ण के प्रेम में भक्ति करने, नाच करने, डांस करने, राइट? मेनी ब्यूरोक्रेट्स यू सी, अभी रिसेंटली वन ऑफ माई स्टूडेंट, ही वॉज इन 13 बैच, सुरेंद्र दास, कमिटेड सुसाइड, राइट? कई वैसा केस देखते हैं ना, कई सा केस देखते हैं ना, ओवर रैशनैलिटी इन फैमिली, ओवर रैशनैलिटी इन ब्यूरोक्रेसी, राइट? कमिटिंग सुसाइड, isn't it? Suicide is dysfunctional for the society, isn't it? So functional as well as dysfunctional. We don't say good or bad, right? Nothing is good and bad in society. Everything is relative. Everything has some functions, maybe some dysfunctions. Yes.
Sir, too much morality and liberty will result in the destruction of the family values and the cultures of the different groups like tribal groups and certain sections. And sir, how can we say that the changes that liberty and the morality always brings in the progressive manner?
इस बार लगता है आपने इससे अप्रोच यही किया है क्या? इसलिए डाउट्स में, कंफ्यूजन में है, राइट? Look, the morality is based on traditional values, right? Certainly, like not relevant to modernity, but yes, not all modern moralities are functional, isn't it? जैसा आपका कंसर्न है ना कि मॉडर्न मोरालिटी, जैसे मैंने बोला ना कि लीगल रैशनैलिटी इज डिसफंक्शनल आल्सो, लीगल रैशनैलिटी इज डिसफंक्शनल आल्सो. इन सोशियोलॉजी भी स्टडी फंक्शंस एज वेल एज डिसफंक्शन. जैसे साइंस कैसा करता है, साइंस को फैक्ट बेस्ड इंटरप्रिटेशन करता है ना, सोशियोलॉजी इज साइंटिफिक, सोशियोलॉजी इज साइंटिफिक. वी इंटरप्रेट बोथ functions as well as dysfunction. We understand both function as well as dysfunction, isn't it? Right? उसको हम good and bad नहीं करते हैं. Whatever developments takes place in society, particularly society like India, no development will always have functions for everyone or dysfunction for everyone, right? Demonetization, functional in checking corruption, but dysfunction for informal sector. आज ही का इंडियन एक्सप्रेस में आया हुआ है कि रोमांटिक डिसीजन से कितना लॉस हुआ कंट्री को. डिमोनेटाइजेशन, जीएसटी, वी आर नॉट प्रिपेयर्ड येट स्ट्रक्चरली टू बियर द कॉस्ट ऑफ सच रोमांटिक, फैंटास्टिक एंड हिस्टोरिकल डिसीजंस, इजंट इट? स्ट्रक्चरली सोसाइटी वाज नॉट प्रिपेयर्ड, राइट? मतलब फर्स्ट 2 years में बैंकिंग सिस्टम में इतना अच्छा काम किया इस गवर्नमेंट ने 14 and 15 में, बट इन वन गो पूरे बैंक्स के ओरिएंटेशन को ही चेंज कर दिया, सारे एनर्जी को लॉस कर दिया डिमोनेटाइजेशन में, राइट? द सिस्टम विच वाज कंसोलिडेटिंग, राइट, विच वाज ऑर्गेनाइजिंग आफ्टर रोमांटिक डिसीजन बाय यूपीए गवर्नमेंट्स, वो भी गवर्नमेंट ने ऐसा रोमांटिक डिसीजन लिया कि बैंक्स का सब एनपीए क्रिएट कर दिया. उस एनपीए को सही कर रहे थे तब तक ये इन्होंने एक रोमांटिक डिसीजन ले लिया. अब बैंकिंग सिस्टम पूरा का पूरा इंडिया में, तो डिसफंक्शन फॉर द बैंकिंग, इज इट? बट फंक्शनल फॉर in terms of corruption, isn't it? Black money, corruption, ठीक है? तो sociology में भी focus on both functions as well as dysfunction of a structure, the structural changes, isn't it? Interactions, right? This will be the focus of our study. इसलिए मैं कहता हूँ कि इसमें sociology में limited scope is there. Scope is there to study only structure and interactions. Structure, relation with interrelatedness of a structure, system and social interaction. Two group of sociologists focused on structure and interaction. ठीक है? And in most of the topics mentioned in syllabus, we will be focused on understanding structure and interaction within the structure. ठीक है? Family, तो family का form क्या है? Functions क्या है? Interaction कैसा है? Right? In different forms of families. ठीक है? Okay. Tomorrow we will continue with this topic, modernity and social change in Europe. ठीक है? Please write one assignment for tomorrow. Write short note on social structure and social system with illustrations from Indian society. You also write, you are beginners, अभी से consolidate करना शुरू करिए because exam is becoming more and more dynamic, right? हाँ, must decide कि what to study first, what to study later, isn't it? Facts of GS should be studied later, concepts, conceptual, optional and all, practicing of, essays and all should be done on regular basis, right? Yes, short note on social structure and system with illustration from Indian society. Short note on social structure and system, social system with illustrations from Indian society, right? Look, in my approach, I am very exam focused. In you, I will suggest you to be very exam focused if you really want to crack this exam in one go, right? बहुत लोगों के पास बहुत टाइम होता है, ठीक है, लेकिन सभी के पास लोग, most of you are engineers, right? And your social capital, loss of one attempt is loss of social capital, right? So try to be more, think and behave like engineers, managers. Don't be deviated by, the romance of humanities subjects, like seems to be very wide, right? Size of syllabus seems to be large, but you remain engineer, manager, right? Organize the subject, organize the syllabus, focus on concepts, theories and facts, in optional concepts and facts, in GS, right? Aggregate concepts and facts, correlate concepts and facts. Keval reading notes and books will not help you, getting through this exam, cracking this exam. उससे नहीं होगा. Reading notes and books. बहुत पढ़ते हैं लोग यहाँ पे, बहुत, right? ये जितना आप देखते हैं ना crowd, ये सब books notes के पीछे है. The number of books and notes increase manifold, right? Syllabus वही है UPSC का, syllabus वही है जो 13 में था. But in respect to that, जो availability of notes and books है, that has increased manifold, right? वो काफ़ी numbers उसका बढ़ गया. Bookshops, there were only 1 or 2 books of 10 years back, but today I think more than 50. Photo state and all, right? Please don't try to become collector before becoming collector or administrator. Don't become collector. After selection you become collector. सारा books अपने library में लगाइए, लेकिन इधर limit yourself. Understanding of concepts, theories, facts, static facts, some static facts and dynamic fact. Only remember one thing: something is better than something is better than everything in civil services preparation. Always remember, everything के पीछे मत भागिए. Something, but yes, competition है, that something should be better than others. Never forget, you may be very good friends, but here you are competitors and you have to take competitive or comparative advantage over others. आपको comparative advantage लेना है बाकी लोगों के ऊपर, isn't it? And for that you have to write something different in your answer. Something, not everything, something different. 5 points will be common, but 2 points, the applied point, correlated and applied points should be uncommon in your answer, so that evaluator could give you some extra marks. He is motivated to give some extra marks. Ki acha, he is thinking at pan-India level. He is thinking at global level, isn't it? Even if I send him at Nagaland, he will perform, isn't it? As administrator, isn't it? तो ये ध्यान रखिएगा. Right? Something is better than everything, but that something should be better than others, and that you can do only by application, correlations and application of static with dynamic, right? Concepts, theories and facts का correlation, right? Okay, see you tomorrow. Bye.